What is up, Skate Rats? So I told you guys in this video it would probably be an art video, which it is. We're gonna do a new mural on the wall. So I used to hand paint a lot, anywhere from mountain scenes to sci-fi stuff, things like that. And I used to love it, but when the tremors in my hands kind of got worse over time, I kind of moved to like scratch sketching. And even that took a backseat after a while. That's why a lot of the stuff in here is graffiti, because I can do just layer over layer over layer and do it really fast. But on the topic of hand painting, that's actually what we're going to be doing today, but we're going to be bringing it into a realm where hopefully I can't mess it up, because I really haven't practiced art in a long time. So while I don't do a ton of art, I still watch videos on art. I love the concept of art, and on top of that, I love the concept of cartoons. As a kid, it was just because it was something goofy and funny. You know, I grew up on Hanna-Barbera and Looney Tunes, all the way to things like Chowder and stuff like that. But I love, as an adult, the simplicity of it. I love the idea of using things like smear frames on the animations and stuff like that. And recently I've been watching a lot of cartoons with my daughter. Combining that with recently watching an art battle between four very talented artists painting skateboards kind of got me just like giving myself a mental exercise of, if I ever did get a pro model, what would the pro model be? And for the past few weeks, I've been just taking notes in my phone of like, oh, that would be a cool idea. And it's kind of just been a hypothetical to get me excited if I ever did have one, which I'm not saying I'm going to, I'm just saying it's kind of fun to have this little list. So when I decided to do this video, I took two of the items off of there and decided these would be fun cartoons to kind of paint on the wall in here. So I'm going to show you my whiteboard really quickly. So these are like scratch doodles really quick. I was doing while my phone was charging, but I had this idea for a voodoo doll, and in the original design, he sat on the end of a stool, and I was like, it would be cool if he sat on the coping. And this one, literally, the note in my phone is a plant enjoying the rain too much. But I asked my wife, and I asked my friend, and I said, what ones would you guys want to see hand painted on the wall? And they both told me the plant. Now, personally, I'm biased towards the voodoo doll, but because I'd love to try painting burlap, but we're going to stick with the plant. So I don't have all the fancy technology that's came out. When I was doing art, it was before things like projectors were popular to go on the walls. On top of that, the walls are made out of OSB, which means they're textured. So hand sketching on the walls is going to be insanely difficult. What I'm actually going to do is I am going to tape together two poster boards and sketch out my design on that, cut out the outline just so I can use a Sharpie versus like a pencil to trace on the wall and then hand paint from there. It's kind of an additional step that I really don't want to do, but if I try to draw a line on the wall, it's just going to be like this, so it's not worth it. Let's jump into actually sketching out this design though, because since that scratch drawing, I've mentally made some changes, and this is definitely going to be the longest portion of this. I'm going to jump right into the inking, because every art video, it's so hard to see. Like, you can kind of see the head going on here, but we're going to ink it first, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so this is where he's going to live. Now, I forgot to show me cutting it out, but you can obviously see I did that because I had to run to Dollar Tree and pick up some stuff to do that. This is going to be a pain in the butt because the teeth get kind of small to transfer this to the wall. So I know for a fact I'm going to have to, finish the outline after everything's done, because I'm sure I'm also going to paint over it a little bit. But I placed my tape in places where I should be able to freehand connect everything. I also added some thorn to his body, which I knew I was going to do from the beginning. I just forgot to add it in the original sketch. So we're going to transfer this to the wall, and then by the end of the day, I would like this whole thing painted white, so I have a nice base to actually start painting in all the colors in that. So that went weirdly better than expected. I expected it to go way worse, but now I am ready to paint this thing white. Got it entirely painted white. It's going to sit there, and then I'm going to paint a cloud above it. To be honest, I probably should have made him a little bit taller because the distance between the top of the wall and him is quite a bit. So I'm probably just gonna lower the rain cloud down or make it maybe a little bit bigger, but that's kind of the idea, the concept behind it. I'm gonna come back in a day or two and start painting in the colors and the details and touch up the outline that I absolutely butchered, but it's there. I know where it's supposed to be. So I'll see you guys in a couple of days. It has been days since I finished this guy, but in a couple of hours I need to go pick up a board for my sponsor, so I want to get the last two characters because I came up with another one and they're both very simplistic, so they shouldn't take long. But the first one I need is to paint the cloud. I'm probably going to go right here, and obviously I want to make it bigger than the character himself down below. So I'm just going to go grab some different gray paints. We're going to start throwing them up on the wall. I'm going to kind of paint it organically a little bit and then go around it with the outline. Then I have an idea for a character up here. So 2 hours, got to get this done. Okay, so I have to run, but I got the rain done. I didn't want to do too much rain. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a decent bit here, but like in a cartoon, you would overly do it. I thought that would be strange-ish, so this is kind of just what I settled on. Is it perfect? No, absolutely not. But it's perfect for my skate park. And then up here, we have our cloud going on. I did the outline when it was still wet, so I was dealing with a lot of reflection, plus I'm also not the best artist, so I definitely did my outline a little too far in, but whatever, it's not a big deal. You know, if we're talking about filming skate stuff back here, you're not gonna tell me you really see that. And then I got my little sun up here, but this paint is still too wet to do the faces on them, so I need to run and go pick up my board, and then later today, I'll have to do the faces on them, which sucks because I really wanted this done, but we're getting there. Paint is dry on my clouds and on my sun, so I need to paint the faces on them, which I'm not gonna show because I just kind of want to hone in and get this done because I picked up my new board and I need to set this up to actually skate today. Okay, it's done. Now once again, it's supposed to just be a cartoon. So like I really love the sunken back eyes, whether he's being judgmental or trying to get a better look, that's up to you. But even from this distance, for how small this is, you don't like get a really good visual of it, but you can definitely see the black of the eyes, which I like. This guy, he's just enjoying himself, and so is this guy. So, I don't know. It's a weird cartoon. It's a little provocative, but I gotta clean up all my paint stuff so I can actually skate. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. As always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, guys. Have a great day and keep pushing forward.